Yeah, I do think it's very important that we should vote. Being involved in a democracy is showing that you have to be involved in your government. I know all my friends don't vote, and I think it's because most of my friends that do vote are my college friends. Most of my friends that don't vote are the ones that not going to school, more just in the neighborhood. They got jobs and stuff, but not really too involved in picking up newspapers.
But at the same time, it's very important for every individual to be able to vote, and to vote, if you want to see society as the way you see fit.
It never really hit me. I mean, growing up in East Oakland, and I was trying to wear Chuck Taylors and sport my red rag, I wasn't really tripping on voting.
I don't think that young people, young black people, or young people of color, or young white kids are apathetic. I think they have been really disempowered.
There's a lot of youth or individuals that don't care about politics because they don't understand it.
Voting in the American system doesn't have no tangible feeling to them, and they feel like most of the politicians don't really come their way, and they're not as educated on the issues, how it affects them.
I think the society does a really good job of quashing, efforts toward empowerment.
Yeah, I think about voting all the time, and the fact that I can't, due to, my past records and me having contact with the law and being locked up.
There's not much actually done to support people participating in society once they get out of prison. So that's everything from voting. In California, a lot of people do have the right to vote and they don't know it. So right now we know that people who are actually in jails, who have not yet been convicted or are not on parole, they can vote. They can get a mail-in ballot, but they don't know about it.
You have to have a reach out of older males or even just role models, reaching out to youth and telling them, not just telling them to vote, but showing them why it's important.
When I was 5 years old, my grandfather, who recently passed away, his name is Carter Gilmore. He was the first elected official to the city council, the first black elected city council member in Oakland. So I remember being little and being at Grandma's house and seeing signs with Grandpa's name on them and driving by and seeing signs in people's yards, and it never registered what was happening. I just knew it was a lot of energy. I really saw the struggle that we went through as a people to get the right to vote. And so just out of respect for my ancestors and my elders, I started voting.
And I think it's most important to vote locally because the local issues affect you the most immediately.
And then in 2000, I ran for school board. I learned a lot. I lost. I really got clear on how the politics are played and kind of what roles people play.
To vote is to have a voice.
I remember going to meetings and going, why did they make that decision to cut that and close that school? And by the time I'm there and upset, it's too late. And so I started trying to figure out, well, where did they make the decision? Because it wasn't here. They just voted on it here, but where can I get in the process and communicate before the decision is made? And so I started trying to get myself at that table. Right now in Oakland, in a district, if you want to run for a school board seat or a city council seat, you can win with 3,000 votes. And so I really want to begin to show the process of how one vote times 3,000 in a concentrated area equals power.
One thing that my grandmother used to say, if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. If you don't speak up for yourself, somebody else will.